Hey everyone! In this video, we'll break down a real-life arbitrage case involving SIREN token futures between the Gate and MEXC exchanges. I'll show you how I entered the trade, how I exited, and how much I managed to earn. This video is going to be really interesting and useful, so give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get started. As I mentioned, this trade was with the SIREN token between the Gate and MEXC exchanges. Now, let's enter the parameters. I entered with 16,000 tokens on Gate, opened a long at the price of 0.08638, and on the MEXC exchange I opened a short at the price of 0.0885. This way the spread comes out to almost 2%, specifically 2.45. The spread still remains between the MEXC exchange. On MEXC the token costs 0.91, while on Gate it's 0.087. So in principle you can enter this position again. For example, you could use a second account to enter and arbitrage again, as long as these spreads persist. So I decided to enter again with 10,000 tokens. Accordingly, we open a short on MEXC because the price is higher there, and we open a long on Gate because the price is lower here. I decide to chase, meaning I want my order to match the current price. Naturally, the chase went through, great, the trade is open. Now we have two trades of 16,000 tokens and 10,000 tokens on each exchange. Let's now record the opening and closing prices so we can understand what our spread is. Because the token is moving so fast, I decided to add a bit more margin to the shorts. So we go to the MEXC exchange on the first or second account. Add a bit of margin to move our liquidation point further away. Our liquidation point is 0.23. Accordingly, the price is currently 0.10, so liquidation is still far off. And we can calmly sit and wait for the spread to narrow so we can close the position. For now, we're just waiting and watching while the spreads remain. The token is skyrocketing. Look, it's just a green bar, the so-called God candle. Shooting straight up, flying really hard. So in moments like this, it's better not to close your position because you might close at a loss. You need to wait until the price settles down so that we can close our trade at a more stable market, at a stable price. The second trade on the SIREN token has already reached a 5% spread. So the first one was 2.5%, the second one is 5%. And in the end, we'll see how much of the spread we can close. I've already opened the second trade on the SIREN token at the price of 0.09145 and 0.96. An excellent arbitrage opportunity at 5%. We also have funding. So look, our funding is minus 0.31. It's negative and we're in a long position. And on MEXC, our funding is positive. So if the funding is negative and we're in a long position, we'll receive that funding in an hour. So you can decide for yourself whether to wait an hour for the funding to come in or to close the trade early. I'm not going to wait, so I'll close the trade early. And on the MEXC exchange, our funding is positive. At the same time, we're shorting, so the long traders pay the short traders and we'll get some funding if we wait. But I decided not to wait and just close the trade right away. So now we'll wait for the price to settle down and start moving more or less within a single range. And then we'll begin closing the trade and calculating our profit. Great. It started moving within a single range. Now, in principle, we can start closing the trade gradually, either with limit orders or by market orders. It's best to use limit orders. First, the fees will be lower, and second, you'll get a much better exit. Again, we have a short about limit orders, be sure to check it out. Visit our channel and watch the short about limit orders, how to use them and how they help in crypto arbitrage. We start placing a limit order, the first one is set, great, the price is dropping, so it will most likely be filled. And now let's close our long position on Gate Exchange. Excellent! Part of our long position on Gate Exchange has been closed. Our order on MEXC has also been filled, so now we'll place the next orders. When we place an order and it doesn't go through right now, as you can see the price is rising, it's better to use the follow feature. Our limit order will adjust to the current price and the order will be closed. This is the best way to close if the price suddenly starts moving, so you don't have to wait for it to reach your limit order. You click on follow and your limit order moves up to the current price, closing the trade. On the Gate exchange, we've already completely closed our position, only the MEXC position remains. The price doesn't want to drop, so we hit follow. Naturally, we move our limit order up to the current price and close the position. Great, the position is closed. Now let's enter all the data into the table and see how much we've earned. So it turns out that we opened on the Gate exchange at a price of 0.8638 and closed at a price of 0.9015. Also on MEXC, we opened at the price of 0.0885 and closed at the price of 0.0909. The second trade was with the SIREN token on the same exchanges, Gate and MEXC. We opened at 0.09145 and closed at 0.09015. We opened on MEXC at a price of 0.096 and closed at a price of 0.09177. In total, it turned out that we opened with a 2.5% spread and a 5.5% spread. We closed the first trade at 0.83 and the second one almost at 2%. At 1.8 we closed the spread. So in total we made 52 bucks from these two trades. It turned out to be quite a quick trade. We literally entered right away, waited a bit for the price to settle, took the spread and got out. That's it. We made a great profit. How do you find trades like these? I'll show you now. I use the Arbitrage Scanner service. Go to Arbitrage Products, Arbitrage Perpetual, set certain parameters, choose the Strategizer Futures plus Futures or Spot plus Future Cent. and then see what trades it suggests. Here, for example, there are trades offering up to 19% profit on the PAL token. So we buy on Poloniex, short on MEXC, and because of the price difference, we make a profit of 19%. Additionally, we have positive funding. So since we are shorting, we also earn from the funding. Here, trades are generated automatically, showing you the exchange where you need to buy, the exchange where you need to short, and the profit you will make. And all of this is automated. You just enter your settings, and the service provides you with trades. There's also standard inter-exchange arbitrage here. You can also enter the necessary parameters, and the service will generate trades for you. Look, there are trades with 4% profit, with 2% profit, and such trades are generated for you automatically based on the settings you specify. You don't need to go to the exchange yourself and search for anything. Just open the arbitrage scanner, set your parameters, and the trades appear on your screen. Just go in and take your profit. I'll leave a link to the arbitrage scanner in the description. Go ahead, try it out. You can get 1 day absolutely free. After that, if you like it, you can renew your subscription and enjoy using the arbitrage scanner. So that's the kind of trade I made with the SIREN token. I broke down how I entered the position, how I exited, how much I managed to earn, and showed where I find such trades. If you found this video helpful, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to read your thoughts. Give the video a like so it gets promoted. Subscribe if you're new, and check out the other videos on our channel. And I'll see you in the next videos. Bye everyone, then